Aston Villa 2, Crystal Palace 3. Aston Villa bottle it in the second half. I don't know what to say. I really don't. It's so poor. You look at it on paper and you think Crystal Palace is not really a great team. You're thinking now we can get to 3 points here, considering we've got the next two games away at Tottenham and not Chelsea. And you're thinking, Villa still want to get that top 10 finish. Leeds have just beaten Burnley 4-0. You're thinking this will be a really good result to get a point away, make us a point behind Leeds to start that chance. And we absolutely bottle it. I think today, really, the blame goes on Dean Smith. It's game management. It's so poor. We go a goal up at the start. Let's go through the game. The goal at the start from beginning, really lovely finish there. Some nice build-up play, and really tucks it in away in the bottom right corner. Does really well there, and we're 1-0 up. Moments later, we concede a goal, go 1-1. And it's really disappointing there. You're thinking, well, where's that reaction going to be now? Benteke managing just to get over his man. And then Villa come back and mere minutes get that reaction from El Ghazi there. Really nice flick on from Ollie Watkins to El Ghazi there. And we can go into the second half with a bit of control. I think one of the big things that we did today was passing. We did some really nice movement. Rather than lumping it forward, just trying to see, we were trying to keep hold of the ball a bit more, try and make some of those short passes. And as Matas said, when you make those passes, it shows how much of a different team you are. You play with a bit more confidence. We're playing like we actually know what to do, like a well-functioning team. I thought that was one of the things we would do really well. We're playing with some confidence. And playing with a bit of style, a bit of intention behind us. And then second half, just completely throw it away. And I think it just happened again and again. We scored a goal and we just almost backed off, completely lost any energy to go and get another goal, really. Assert some authority, lost our possession, and ultimately just ended up throwing the game away 2-2. We just gave the goal away from Zaha. Really poor defensive display from El Mohammedi, turning his back on the goal and ultimately deflecting in. Neither of them could have dealt with that. I just think it's really poor to turn your back on it and just hope for the best. And then we give it away in the last minutes. We're in an absolute shambles. And I think this is where, for me, the real problems were highlighted today. Jacob Ramsey, I think at 19 years old, I don't personally see the attraction for him. I haven't seen it this season. I don't see a player that's warranting the start of the high play he's getting because he's not having an impact. He's not making any change to this team. I think today there's moments literally before the goal. He whips in a shot, can't get past the first man. He whips in a cross, can't get it past the first man. The ball goes. Then about a minute or two later, they come forward and Tyreek Mitchell is able to score the goal over the shoulder, 3-2, and that's it. The game's gone. And just bloody disappointing. Substitutions then. Let's look at it. Jack Grealish coming on in 63 minutes. Had absolutely no change on the game whatsoever. So that completely failed. Was not able to get into the game. And I think the whole point of our plan was now switching from playing with a bit of passing to just puddling it wide to Grealish. None of that was working because he's not fully fit. He's not a player that's going to make an impact in 30 minutes. We're then bringing on Davis after we've conceded the goal. Makes no sense. Should have been changed before the goal went in. And I would have liked to see Kearney come on because I think he would have brought some stability into that midfield. And considering his performances for the under-23s, I don't see why he wasn't playing or why he isn't getting a chance over Jacob Ramsey. And I think that's an issue that's really got to be looked upon in the summer. But he brings on Keenan Davis in 5 minutes, not going to make a difference at all. And then he brings on Wesley for Anwar, who I think for me would have been probably the man of the match for us. He comes on, and then all of a sudden we just look a complete mess in those last minutes. We've got 3 forwards on the pitch. You know what I mean? No clear formation. Watkins is flown around the middle, staking to Jack Grealish. And we ultimately lose the game, and it's so pissing infuriating because we are. It's as you see on Twitter, it's as you see, as we've said for multiple videos now, what has happened to the team that started off being so bloody good, and the second half of the year just absolutely crumbled into nothing. Now I know, yes, there is improving. Yes, we have completely changed from the side last year that just survived relegation from the scrap of the team. But overall, to not finish top 10, to have a really poor end of the season, I think it's more of a disappointment than it is a positive season because I just don't see. Um, it's just really disappointing just because of what we could have achieved at the start of the season, and to see what it's now become is really disappointing. And as I said, in the summer, he's got to spend big again, and he's got to get some big players. But my issue is, how long can you give a guy and keep giving him 100 million plus to spend before you say it's not going any further? This is continuously happening. We need to switch on. Now, I'm not saying Smith out there, let me just get that clear. I'm not saying Smith out because ultimately he does deserve next season, although he has been very poor for the rest of this last half of the season. Given that time, I've already said if it's not where we want to be after 10 games, then you make that decision. Just really disappointing today. Defensively, I thought House actually did really bloody well when he came in, but no doubt he's going to get swapped out for Mings. El Mahmoudi I thought was having an okay game, and then really just a lack of quality in the end. I think maybe he was starting to get tired of it. Midfield, Douglas Luiz was doing okay, I suppose. Beginning really nicely, some really nice moments from him getting forward a bit more. Obviously, getting that goal. As I said, Jacob Ramsey, I'm just not seeing it with him. El Ghazi, as I said, I thought was man of the match. 2 goals. Not 2 goals, sorry, 1 goal. Just looking like he's playing with a bit of confidence. Ollie Watkins, a bit quiet in the game, a bit isolated, didn't have much to work with. And then Bertrand Traore just having a good few minutes at the start. Some really nice control from him, really nice some passing from him because usually his passes going all over the place. But he just faded out the game in the end. And I think overall today, just not bloody good enough in the end, and just a real disappointment to see. We go on to Tottenham next. I have no confidence there, and then we go on to Chelsea next, where I have no confidence there. And we're just going to have to see. I think top 10 he's gone now, unfortunately. Considering Leeds have Southampton next and then West Brom, I think it's completely brilliant for them. We can go as low as 13th if Wolves and Crystal Palace manage to pull out some results there. Just a really disappointing day in the office, but we go again on Wednesday. And that's it really. That's my instant match reaction to Aston Villa 2, Crystal Palace 3. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. But without further ado, I've been Ben, up the Villa with the pride of Villa. We'll see you later, boys.